Now I get to sit here for 30 seconds awkwardly while this thing runs through an ad or whatever it's going to do. So I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to smile. I'm going to say, welcome to the average drinker. My name's Dara and I'm your average drinker. And if you guys don't know that by now, well, welcome to the channel and I'm so glad you're here. Now I'm just going to wait and wait. La 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 la. All right, now we're under 30 seconds. Here we go. It is going to be such a fun night. Happy Monday, everybody. You know, I'm still like reveling in my Chiefs here. I've got Chiefs gear on. I've got an awesome special guest in the back with a really great Chiefs shirt on. Oh, Chris is going to love this. He's going to love it. Bourbon of the week is in the background, just waiting, hanging out. It looks like I have a dog bowl here. It's not a dog bowl. It's actually a bowl of pretzels, which I promise to mute the camera whenever, or the screen whenever I take a bite of one. But I've got pretzels because I haven't eaten dinner yet. So I was like, I better have some pretzels or something because I'm drinking whiskey and I probably should not drink whiskey if I didn't eat. So anyhow, I'm just rambling on. So cheers to everybody. Happy Monday. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you're having a great day so far. Say hello to everyone in chat. Peter Braddock, happy Monday. Cheers to you. Top Dog, Sugar Kitty. David L, what's up? I Don't Like Mondays was a classic 80s tune by Boomtown Rats. I don't know if I've ever heard of that, but that's a good one. I don't know. Maybe I have heard of it. Maybe I haven't heard of it. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Sorry. Computer is being weird. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. Okay, sorry about that. We're good now. Let's get this week kicked off. Cheers. Yeah, Bill's in the background. I don't even know if Bill's going to be able to be on chat tonight, honestly. Bill has been working his butt off today. He's already put in more than 12 hours, so he's had a really long day today. So he does say hi to everyone, and he wishes he could say hello on chat, but yes. So, Jeff Sly, what's up? Cheers to you. Let's go! Oh, this is going to be fun. I cannot wait to bring you out for the big reveal. This is going to be awesome. Cheers, Paul. Oh, also, if you guys have not subscribed to Bourbon of the Week, go do it right now. Getting closer to 5K. We're getting closer to 5K. It's a good night for us to hit 5K, like both of us. That would be pretty freaking awesome. Let's make it happen. Be sure to hit that like on the way in. Brent Worlds, what's up? Yo. And thank you so much on the 10K video. I was super excited about that. Super pumped. Jeff Castle, what's up? Cheers to you. Saluti to all. Marco V. What's up, Marco? How you doing, Terry? Hope I had lunch. Oh my gosh, you guys. This actually happened. Earlier in Discord, I was talking with some patrons, and I was like, seriously, you guys? Today, this happened to me. I was like about to eat my lunch, and today I brought a protein shake. It's stupid, but protein shake. I had it in the fridge, ready to drink for lunch. That was my lunch, and I was so excited. And I went on my lunch break, I went to the kitchen, and someone drank my protein shake. They drank my lunch. It was literally marked with my name. So then I was like, well, guess I'm going to Chipotle. Would much rather have Chick-fil-A, but Chipotle is right down the street, so I got a salad. A salad at Chipotle. Whatever. I was so mad, though. I'm like, who does that? Who eats someone's lunch? Ugh. No lunch either. Hey, I did. I did get lunch after all. Pop some fiber supplements and chug a water. Chug, chug, chug. That sounds like a stomachache if I ever heard one. Bubble bath. Cheers, Jerry Black. How you doing? I'm on water tonight as I had a few days of drinking last week in a row. You know, I need a night of water. Like a solid night where I just sit around and drink water. Actually, probably a solid like week. We'll see. It'll happen eventually. What's up, Dustin? Cheers to you. Ryan, pregame whiskey and average drinker before headed to the Avs game. Love Mondays. Oh, heck yes. That sounds like the perfect Monday. Hope you have a great time at the game. Glad you're pre-gaming here. Big Nesh, StreamYard connect me. I don't know what that means, But I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Put an expired protein shake in the fridge tomorrow. Yeah, especially the day of, like, this afternoon was fridge clean out day at work. So they were going to clean the fridge this afternoon. So everybody had their name on everything. Yeah, tomorrow. That would be smart. All right. All right. Without further ado, you guys, I think it's about time that we bring in our special guest in his wonderful Chief shirt. It's not fly eagles fly, right? It's cry eagles cry. Soar, Chief, soar. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to be too hard. I feel like I've been pretty nice to Chris. So let's bring in Chris. Let's do this. It's going to be fun. What's up?
What's going on? Listen, if any of my Philly friends are watching right now, I apologize up front. I had to do it. I made a bet. Dare accept it. That was the end of it, and here we are. We're wearing the Chiefs red. What's it say? Believe Mahomes 15. It's tough to wear, but we've got it on.
You know what? I'm really impressed, and it's awesome because I feel like that would actually kill me if I had to like put an Eagles shirt on after like losing in the Super Bowl. So props to you for doing it. Cheers to you. That's freaking
Cheers.
awesome.
I will say I mean, I waited what, 5, maybe 6 days before I reached out to you to make sure we would still move forward with it. I needed my time to heal. You gave me that, so I respect you for that.
I totally knew you would need that because I would have needed the same thing. Like if I would have messaged you that night or the next day and been like, haha, in your face, you probably would have just been like, not happening. So
Unsubscribe, delete off Instagram. It would have all happened.
oh my gosh, that's too fun. Yeah, no, it was a good game at least. It was a good
It
game.
was.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Cheers, John Dempsey. What's up? Put laxatives in your lunch and you'll find out who ate it pretty quick. Yeah,
Messed
that
up
was
that people would
crazy
steal your
today.
lunch. That's messed up.
I, I was like, who does that? Like,
With your name
obviously
on it
they
and all.
did
I
it.
understand if maybe your name wasn't on it, but your name's on it and all. Come on, people. That's disrespectful.
It's just weird.
Yeah, also true.
Especially like we're not children anymore. I'm in my 30s now. Like this is stuff that happened maybe when I was in college or something. Like
Chipotle was
college
a good
roommates.
replacement, though.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Chipotle, good replacement. Can't beat that. So can't complain too much. Ooh, which one are you pouring? Are you gonna go ahead and pour them up
I'm just
all?
gonna
Pour them
pour
up
them
all.
all up. See
Pour
how
them
it
up
goes.
all.
Do the people know what we're drinking yet tonight? I can see you got a couple of them in your screen there.
Yeah, no, there's a few people. Yeah, there's a few people here. No, nobody knows what we're drinking. So tonight we are drinking some Old Carter. Oh yeah, you guys know how much I love Old Carter, and I knew Chris hadn't tried Old Carter yet, so I thought it'd be nice and send you a good flight. Like it was kind of like a good. Okay, here this sucks that you have to wear this shirt. Now let me send you a good flight of whiskey so you can actually have something good. So, whoa, you froze on me. Hello. All right, you froze on me there. I don't know if you're still there, but you're frozen. Maybe it's just my computer, but I can't see it right now, so I'm sorry. Let's see here. I'll keep talking to everyone else while you're frozen. I'm gonna pop you out for a second until you unfreeze. Oh, we lost him, you guys. We lost him. Protein shake of all things. It's not. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Ruth Chris leftovers. Oh my gosh, I don't think there could ever be Ruth Chris leftovers if you're talking about me because I would literally eat every single one. Can somebody get what is going on with this? Like mods, hello. What's up, Scott Pigsley? Cheers. What is going on with these weird? Like what is this? Come on, let's get rid of that, please, mods. Anyhow, so tonight we are going to be drinking some Old Carter. We've got, let's see here. We've got a Rye Batch 10. We have the, let's see here. Small Batch 3. We have the Batch 10 and the 3OC. So that's what we are doing. I don't even know if I have any mods in here. I need to make some more people mods. I got to figure out how to do this from StreamYard, though. That's the only problem. What's up, R. Ramos? How you doing? Cheers. Thanks for being here. I will. Okay, I'll make a couple more people mods so we can take care of that stuff. Hopefully we can get Chris back here. Otherwise, well, we'll still have fun. We'll still be fun. We'll get him back. We'll get him back. Oh, don't be sorry. I'm just glad to have some mods in here. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I was like, that was so weird. That was a really, really strange thing that just happened. So, okay, hold on. All these things. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. I'm getting it, guys. I'm doing a thing. Give me a second. Thank you so much on the congratulations. I'm glad the Chiefs won. I'm glad everything's good. You know, the last time I tried to make someone a mod, I accidentally timed them out. It was hilarious. Oh, dang, Peter, that is awesome. That is I've heard great things about that bottle. Can't wait to try it. But I have definitely heard things about that one. It's Jeffrey Whack. That guy is whack. All right. I should have some more mods in here, so let me know if you guys see them. There we go. Okay. Got a few more mods. Everything should be good. Thank you guys for being mods. Thank you guys for being a part of this channel, and thank everybody for being here. I appreciate it. We will get Chris back. But for now, what's everybody drinking tonight? How's your day going? You guys, it has been the most crazy week ever. Crazy week weather. Week ever. This is literally the first pour that I have. I am starting out with the 3OC or the 2OC. The Old Carter Club 2OC. So that's what I'm starting out with. Next week, we're going to do some more Map Madness training. Tomorrow is another new What's in the Box. Oh, it's going to be a good one. It's not Malort. Oh my gosh. If you guys didn't see that video. Stupid Malort. Oh, look at that. We got someone back in the background. I think we got him back, guys.
We may be back.
Are you back?
We may be.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like you're back. We got you back.
Where it's windy up here, there's some internet troubles going on, so hopefully we moved our situation a little bit. We'll be fine.
Oh, it'll be great. Oh my gosh, it's weird here. Like the wind is nuts today.
It's like sleeting up here tonight, which is crazy.
Oh, geez. We don't get a lot of that in Colorado. Colorado weather is so weird though. Like Kansas and Missouri, where I'm kind of from. I'm from Missouri, but we used to get a lot of sleet. And now in Colorado, they call it like grapple. It's weird.
But we're good, I think. We got one more to pour up.
Nice, Top Dog. Cheers. That's awesome. Maker's Mark 101, sipping on it. Nice, Scooter. Welcome in. Good evening, Sparky2416. What's up? Terry felt super lucky to find an OC American Batch 10 in Lexington and got a pour. It was great. Oh, yeah, that one is really good. That's the one I have. Yeah, American Batch 10. I have to look back at all these. I'm like, American Batch 10, Kentucky Batch 3, the Old Carter Batch 3 Bourbon. I think that's the club one. And then the rye, the 10, the Batch 10. Barrel Seagrass. That's one I haven't had in a while.
Now, I was saying before we got on here, this is my first time with Old Carter, and you obviously have a little bit of experience with it, so I'm interested to see how these taste.
Heck yeah, I'm excited that you're getting to try them. Do you like Barton?
I do like Barton, yes. Big fan of Barton.
And MGP.
Yes.
So there's a good chance you'll probably like these. Yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure that they're Barton. Obviously MGP because they're Indiana, but my favorite state.
Yes. We can talk Matt Madness controversy tonight too, since now both of us have been involved in some. So I'm curious your takes on last week.
Oh man, that was wild. I think I don't think. I know the end result is how it was supposed to be. I felt bad for everyone involved. I think that was really a tough situation for everyone. I like I applaud Matt for doing what he does because that is so hard and so difficult, and that was an insane amount of people there. Like holy moly!
Yeah,
Like so happy for
1100
him.
at one point.
Yeah, that's amazing. So he definitely deserves it, and I'm so happy for him. I felt like that was a tough thing, you know. I think you basically, if you get an answer, you put it in, even if you meant something else. That's got to be what you get scored on,
Yep,
and so I
I
love
agree
Josh.
completely.
I love Josh, great guy. Obviously, I love Sean, great guy too. But and Perry, God, can't forget Perry.
Don't forget Perry. That's right.
Freaking Perry's amazing. But yeah, I think that was just a tough thing and a tough way it ended, but it's how it was supposed to be. Like same thing for me, like in my Matt Madness last year, I said Indiana, everybody knew I meant MGP. I didn't get the points for it, but it's okay. It's fine. And I'm not upset about it. Like I should have given the right answer. So this
Right.
year, at least I know. Oh, I'm coming in with a special t-shirt for the competition this year.
I like that. Do you know when you're on?
I am on March 17th, and I'll be up against Sarah from It's Bourbon Night and Michelle Davalar from Women of Whiskeys.
Ooh, I like that.
Your guys' playing round was super fun and super tough.
I liked it. It was a lot of fun. I did after the first round, he asked a lot of hard questions, so I was like, dang. If I couldn't do it in that round, I definitely wouldn't have been able to do what they did in that first round. So seems like it's gonna be fun with the hardcore stuff and everything going on. So I'll be excited to watch.
Yeah, I like the hardcore stuff. I think that adds a whole new twist to it. And honestly, it does, no matter what, it's kind of just luck that day. Like, no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
like who is in it, you could have the best taster in all of whiskey, the best nose in all of whiskey, and it's still going to be difficult for that person. It's hard for everyone. There's nothing
Agreed.
easy about Matt Madness. It's actually madness
Yep.
because depending on what you ate that day, what you drank that day, maybe you burnt your tongue earlier in the week. Like your taste could be just off a little bit, or maybe you didn't smell something, or just how the flight's set up, because that can
Yep.
change everything.
What you
Like it
drink
doesn't
first and
matter.
then nerves get into it. I mean, I didn't think I was
Oh,
going to be nervous going into it. And then you're sitting there. Everything I'm thinking, I'm just second guessing myself. You know, is this a bourbon or a rye? 99% of the time, I would guess bourbon. That day, I was like, well, maybe it's a rye. He's trying to throw us off. And of course, it's a bourbon, you know?
exactly. Sorry, I did not have our names up there. I don't know why, but I have no idea why that wasn't up there. That's so weird. But yes, I completely agree with you. There we go. Now we got this stuff going. Oh, wait. There's all kinds of new buttons on here. This is wonderful.
You're changing up all the shapes and colors. I like the red. That's appropriate, right?
That's appropriate. Yep. Which one did you start with on your pour first?
I went with the American, the batch 10.
Yeah.
I had to look at this 3 times to make sure 131.8 was on here because does not sip like that at all.
Uh-uh. It
Super
does
easy to
not.
drink.
Now I'm gonna have to go to that one so I can remember. I'm gonna drink them with you. Hold on, let me down. No, let me
Perfect.
chug
Yeah,
it.
chug it. No lunch, no dinner. Chug it.
No, hey, I got you both.
That's right. You had the lunch. You had the lunch.
Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Ooh, that one was a warm one. Like if you drink it really fast.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. No, Matt Madness. It's a whole. It's a whole different ballpark, and it's a lot of fun. And I don't care. That's last year. I got so caught up in the training, so caught up in the fact that I just wanted to be like, I wanted to win, right? Because I am
Oh
so
yeah.
competitive,
Yep.
so competitive, and I was so new to the world of whiskey and drinking whiskey that I hadn't really developed much of a palate. Like I had a palate. I just think that I was so in my head. Like I was like determined to, to do the best I could, and that I got so nervous. I mean,
Yep.
obviously I was so nervous that I said Indiana instead of MGP whenever
Right.
I clearly knew that. So
Like you said, everybody knew that you meant MGP. There's only one thing in Indiana that people want coming out of Indiana, or from a main source at least. You know.
exactly. Exactly. Okay, now I'm gonna go to batch 10. Here we go. What do you think of it so far?
This one's delicious. I wish I knew more about it.
Definitely.
Like I said.
I wish, like, I know that maybe they're gonna expand to more markets at some point, but I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure they're going to. I love all the American batches because like I love light whiskey and I think it makes such a good blend. Like it really, really pulls everything together and super good.
Is it Kentucky only, or is it
No, I
a
think
couple different markets?
there's a couple different markets. I know I believe California, Florida maybe. Florida, California. I'm not positive on that, but
Yeah.
generally, like I always tell people, if you're in Louisville and if you ever have a chance to stop into Louisville, like stop by Nulu Evergreen Liquors, and they sometimes will have them. Maybe you'll get lucky at a liquor barn and they're just sitting on the shelf.
What
They're
does
expensive.
the bottle go? I was gonna say, what's a bottle go for? 150 probably, if you find it at like MSRP. Higher than that?
MSRP is like 250, I think.
It gets tough. It
250.
gets tough in that price range.
Yeah, it's like yes, for sure. It definitely, yeah. It's like one that you really got to love it to
Yeah.
like want to spend that, cuz that's when I start to cringe over $100. Like I'm
Yeah, I'm
like,
right there with you. Yep.
but I also feel like $100 is the new 50. Like, what used to be $50 is now $100. So,
Absolutely. Daily drinkers are like $55 these days.
yeah. Yeah, good old rare breed.
That's
That's my
it.
jam right there. Let's see. I say hi to everybody again. Catch up on chat because I am way behind. Yeah, this definitely doesn't drink it. This is so good. I haven't had this in a while, but it is delicious. It
Yeah, I've
drinks
heard.
like it's like 115 proof.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Again, I
It is.
thought like maybe I saw 113 instead of 131, and then I went back and I was like, "There's no way this is 131."
No drinking tonight. No weekdays until the baby's here. Modified solidarity with the wife. Oh, his wife is like 21 weeks pregnant. 20,
Some
21 weeks.
Got to do it. Got to stay with her.
Heck yeah. I applaud you on that.
Bring one to
Also,
the room.
what's up?
I said, bring one with you to the hospital. You know.
Heck yeah. A celebration pour.
That's it.
One of our friends, she's a bridesmaid in our wedding, and she's the one that introduced us. And she tells us, like, not long after we got engaged, she's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant and I'm due 9 days before your wedding." And we were like, "Oh, shoot, she's not going to be able to be in the wedding." We were like so heartbroken, but we're so happy for her. And
Right.
like, we were so excited. And then she ended up actually having her baby like 3 weeks ago. So, granted, he's a preemie, but he actually finally got to come home this weekend. So now she gets to be in the wedding, and it's awesome. We're
That
super
is good.
happy.
I had a similar situation. I missed the best friend's wedding because my wife was due any day before it, so we ended up skipping it. It was a couple hours away, so we didn't want to be too far away.
How many do you have? How many kids do you have? One?
I have one, and then my wife has I have a stepson as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So
That
this is
is
our first
awesome.
together.
Aw. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a whole new world, right?
It's crazy. It's definitely crazy.
Yes, everybody. Sean got robbed. He
Oof.
won. No, he didn't. He won.
Yeah, Sean won it. He gave it
Yeah,
to
he
him at the
won.
end.
Yep. Just had to like watch till the very end, but he won.
Right. I stayed up. I was like literally about to go to bed, and then all this started breaking out. It's like 11:15, 11:30. I was like, oh, I got to find out what happens. So I had to stay up
Oh,
for it.
that was
It's like
us
the
too. I
NFL.
mean,
They know how to write a script.
you're obviously later than us because you're 2 hours ahead, so it's 8:24 your time.
Yep.
Oh, it feels like midnight for me. I start my day
Gets
at
like
4
that.
a.m., but it
Oof.
seems so late.
I could never do that. So I got to ask the call at the end. Now that it's all said and done, wiped our hands clean, whatever's going on. Did you, whether or not it was the right call is one thing. Did you like the call given the circumstances that it's the Super Bowl, or did you just say, I don't care, we won, it happens?
I feel like the call, I mean, like after watching replay over and over again, I think the call was fine. I also can kind of feel for the situation. It's like, just let it go, let it play out, like don't don't call a penalty. Like it's ticky tack maybe.
Right.
So I could
I
see
feel
it
like
from
it's
both.
so tough. Yeah, it's tough
It
to
is
like
so
because I'm
tough.
the Eagle side. I want to be like, give it. You can't make that call there. If it was on us, I would have been like, oh yeah, that's all day, you know. But I was just curious your perspective. I think, like you said, it was the right call. It was ticky tack, but at the end of the day, it's gonna go one way or another. I think you guys probably still win. I mean, maybe we have like a minute left on the clock and we get the kickoff instead of 6 seconds, but it would have been fun to see Jalen Hurts try one more time.
Yeah, no, I can completely agree. And I know the Chiefs have been in that situation before. Like, oh my God, the AFC Championship game back in what 2000? Now I'm like, what year is this? Because um, the year they lost to the Patriots, I actually got to go to the game, and
Oof.
and it was so cold. It was like -5 degrees outside, freezing my butt off. I had a little bit too much to drink. I had a raging migraine. I mean, I'm there and I'm like asking random people in the stands for an ibuprofen. Like this is the most ridiculous thing. I'm just like, somebody give me an ibuprofen. I'm there by myself. I'm in the end zone and like I'm like 3 rows up in the end zone on our side. And it was just, oh, it was so awful. Like losing that way, not getting a chance. That was, prior to the whole overtime change rule. And that was awful. It
Yeah.
was just gut wrenching. I cried like a baby. Then I had to spend like $200 on an Uber ride to the airport. And it was just like the worst day ever. So I know, I feel for you. And I feel for being a Chiefs fan my whole life. Like these are the best years ever.
You got two what is it? 2 out of 4 years? Was it 4 years now? You have 2 out of 4 years and Mahomes doesn't look like he's going anywhere. So
Oh
you
no.
guys got a bright future. It's going to be exciting to watch.
Same thing for y'all though. I think this could be like a common theme.
I would like it. I wouldn't mind. Again, I'm a big, Andy Reid's my man. He started here. He's basically controlled the Eagles' destiny since 2000 and whenever I started watching. So it was nice to see him win again. It just sucked that it was against us.
Definitely. I think the funniest part of it all, not funniest part, but like all the rumors that started pouring out like 30 minutes before the game that Andy Reid was retiring after the game. And I'm like, Andy Reid is not retired. That guy
He's
is
not going anywhere. Yeah.
he loves it. He's
Yeah.
like a dad to those guys. Like he probably thinks he's like Pat and Kelsey's dad.
He'll stay in until he can't do it anymore, He's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
I think somebody says he controlled like 80, 18, or is it 80? Like 80% of the coaches in like head coach or offensive coordinator positions have at some point worked with Andy Reid. And that's just crazy. Like he's been in
It
it
is
so long and
insane.
done so well.
He has an incredible offensive mind though. Like you can't like that is it's just insane. And oh my gosh, my favorite that what do they call that? The snow globe that they do or whatever. That is a crazy play.
Yeah.
It's fun. No, I think we have a lot of fun years coming with the Chiefs and the Eagles.
I agree. Jalen's going to be, if they can sign him and make it a friendly deal and keep some good players coming in, it's going to be exciting to watch.
For sure. Man, we got a lot of fun people in this chat tonight. A lot going on. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with chat, but that's fine. I love everybody. Glad everybody's here. We got Bruzel up in here.
TJ in the house.
TJ. We got Mike Catalano. Catalanato. I can never say that right. I need to channel my East Coastern. Catalanato.
Yeah. I'm Eastern. I can't do it either, so.
Sometimes people think that I have an East Coast accent, but I think it's more of like a South Midwest accent.
I don't hear East Coast so much. I can see South Midwest. I can see that.
Yeah, for sure. Independent Joe, thanks for being here, Joe. Bright future, for sure. Yeah, everybody be sure to subscribe and like and go check out everybody that's like every channel that's here. Do it. $208 in Tennessee for batch 14. Wow, that is great. I mean, great for all the hype I'm hearing on that bottle. That bottle dropped over the last like few weeks and everybody's going crazy about it.
So what are the different? So right now we're drinking what? We have an American, we have a Kentucky. Is the Kentucky a bourbon? Is the Kentucky batch 3 that we're drinking a bourbon, or is that?
Yes, the Kentucky batch 3 is Shoot. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say that is a whiskey, not a
Okay.
bourbon.
Doesn't say bourbon on the
Because-
label.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
was
don't
curious what
believe-
they have.
I'm going to assume that this has probably a little bit of light whiskey blended into it, and that's
Okay.
why. That's my guess. Let's see here. Because this is all Kentucky, but that doesn't mean
Right. Now, they are in the process of distilling their own stuff right now, not putting it out? Is that the rumors, or are they not distilling at all?
I don't believe they're distilling at all. Personally.
I could be
don't believe-
completely making that up, so I was just curious.
But I might be wrong too. There's so many people doing different things that I keep forgetting what everybody's doing. It's hard to keep track of what everybody is doing. but-
There's too many of them doing too many different things.
Are you going to batch 3?
No, I went to Old Carter Club, the club batch 3.
Oh, the Old Guard Club 3. I haven't had that one in a while. Clearly, because
So how old are when did they start? I guess do we know that? Do we even know like when Old Carter came out? I don't know anything about that. Like how long they.
I want to say it's been over like the last 3 to 5 years.
Okay, they have a lot of stuff
Definitely-
out then since then.
Yeah. Yep. I could be wrong on that too, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Oh, that is completely
This
different.
one's. Yeah, I was just gonna say completely different and still delicious. 117 proof.
We're going down in the proof.
For now. That batch 3 that you were talking about, that's back to 131.
Yep, and then back to 117. So we literally have two around 117 and 2 around 131. Marshall says, "Oh, my mouse just technology, man."
It's the word. I'm right there with you. I canceled out of here for a second, so we're dealing with it
I'm
tonight.
dipping out. You're taking over.
Yeah, see you later.
Adios. Let's see here. I saw a Marshall 1643. Don't double sniff now, Chris. I feel
That's
like
what I got
one
in
of your
trouble for
people.
on Matt Madness. Yeah, I got in
Oh,
trouble
yeah.
on Matt. I sniffed A and then I went back and smelled C to try to compare them. And that's a big no in the Matt Madness world, which I knew.
Unless
It
you're-
wasn't on anybody else.
Unless you're like bottle guessing, right? Like, well, I
Right.
guess there were no bottle guesses, but I feel like that is so hard because you're so trained. Like, you're like, I want to smell back and forth. I can't fault you for that at all. Like, that's what any person would do that.
When I want to
Anybody.
compare two glasses, I thought the first one was a rye, so I smelled the second one. I was like, oh, that kind of smelled. Let me double check. Just like in my head, like you said, just naturally you want to compare the two, so you do it. And I was
Right,
caught
you're
in
like, oh, if
4K,
I-
so
Yeah.
it was tough.
Ugh.
Now everybody
is tough.
my group makes fun of me for it. The double sniff.
I do the
Uh-huh.
double sniff. Bourbon Runner,
Something-
what's up? Z-Man. Mark and Sherry aren't distilling their own stuff yet, but they hope to. I thought that, but I also thought, they could go either way. So, Nick, what's up?
I mean, they
a lot of
obviously
mixing.
know how to blend. That's what they're known for, right? Their blending is
Yep.
and they're
Yep,
damn
they're
good at it
incredible
from
at blending.
yeah.
I've always wanted to try their wine. Like, they have Carter Cellars. And I love, okay, so I've read, I haven't finished her book, but Sherry has a book, and she has like she's just very vibrant and artsy, and she has like such a fun and unique mind, and her stories are so fun. Like, she has a book out, and it's really good. But she talks a lot about drinking wine and going to Europe and spending time there and just staying up all night trying different things. And I think that's so fun. Like, that just seems like what normal people would do.
Right. That's how they started, right? In wine before they came to whiskey, wine was their thing.
Yep, and they still have wine. So they still have their winery in California, the Carter Cellars. But I definitely don't think I've heard their wine is really very expensive. So
I'm not a big wine guy. Do you like wine yourself?
I do, but now that I drink, I used to drink a lot more wine, and now that I drink whiskey, I really don't I go to it every once in a while, but not nearly as much. Like, now, if I go to anything like even wine related, it's more of like champagne I just like champagne. It's good.
Champagne's easy to drink.
It is easy to drink. You don't have to think about it. That's a nice thing. Sometimes you need a break from. I can't really drink whiskey now without thinking about what it tastes like, what it smells like, and
I
oh,
was just talking about the other night. Like now, when I sit, like if I sit down and drink whiskey, the only if I especially if I haven't had it before, like people can invite me over and I sit down and I drink a glass and I can't just enjoy it anymore. You know, I'm not just sitting there drinking it. I'm like going over like what am I thinking? What's the proof on that? Hold on, hand me that bottle. I mean, look at is this source? You know, I'm running through it all in my head. So it is nice once in a while, just grab a Bud Light or a Miller Light out of the fridge and call it a night.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
absolutely.
yeah on that. I do feel bad though. I have a bad habit. Bill will catch me, my fiance Bill. He will catch me and he'll be like, Dara, just drink it. You don't have to like be talking about it with everybody. Like, not everybody cares what it tastes like or smells like.
Right. Yep.
I find myself in that same habit though. It's like I cannot go anywhere. Same thing like this weekend we went to we went to this benefit for an animal shelter and it was like a whiskey thing. It was actually really cool. You got you got pours of like like the new George T. Stagg, Old Rip, or no, Lot B. So it was like George T. Stagg, Lot B, uh, Old Fitz 19, some like store picks, different things. So it was a really cool event in like barbecue, but I found myself sitting there and I'm like, oh, this tastes and smell like this. I'm like, just gonna enjoy it and hang out with the dogs.
It's tough. And then you never know what they want to hear. I'll be with friends and they'll ask me one question and they'll be like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And instead of just being like, "Oh, it's good," I'll be like, "Well, you know, MGP has really been running out of some older." They're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Never mind." You know, I go too far with it sometimes.
I am the same way. I just keep going on, or like my girlfriends, right? This is the fun part. I'll be sitting with my girlfriends and they're like, oh yeah, how's the whiskey thing going? I'm
Yep.
like,
They
you
always
guys
want to
want to
know.
try? Not that girls don't drink whiskey because that, oh my gosh, I feel like it's a double-edged sword, right? Like my girlfriends, they don't like a lot of them don't really drink whiskey. And if they do, it's like a whiskey ginger or whatever. Like every person's taste profile is different. I
Right.
hated whiskey before, but then I'll go to events and somebody will just talk to Bill and I'm standing right there talking about whiskey and then they just ignore me. Like I'm not even in the conversation because they have no respect for the fact that a woman would be able to talk about whiskey with them. And I'm like, come on, it's 2023.
And you probably know more than half of the people in the room, you know?
I would say I know everything. Like there's, the whiskey thing is crazy, right? You're always
Oh,
learning
yeah.
something new and always discovering something new. The more you drink, the more you try. But yeah, it's kind of wild. Sometimes I'll be in an event and I'm just like, I'm not just like here to be like here because I'm with him. I'm here because
Right.
I enjoy it too. Like, so that, yeah, I think I just am venting a little bit. Just
You know, I completely understand. It's amazing how many more women, even outside of the whiskey world, as far as like reviews and everything go. But I'm finding out more and more about distillers, blenders, and all these women involved on that end of things that I didn't know about personally, and it's just it's crazy.
it is crazy. Yeah, it's amazing. Basically, whoever wants to do it can do it. It doesn't matter.
Hmm.
It's
Now I
not
moved
one
on to
man.
the batch 3, by the way.
Batch 3. Okay, perfect. I am going there. Batch 3. Back to the 131. Wow, that
And it,
other one did not drink like 160. It drank like 85 proof after drinking the
again,
131.
this is the another 131 that doesn't drink like 131, but completely different from the first two that I had tonight. It's crazy how much difference I can get off these 3 glasses so far.
That is the fun of these pours. That's why I love these so much because no matter what, like sometimes you'll buy a bottle and you'll be like, "Oh, it tastes similar to the last year's bottle." It tastes similar to the year before's bottle or whatever. They're like some kind of similarity. And then with the old Carters, you're always going to get something different, but it's always going to be something good. Like
Yep.
so far, I have not found one I don't like.
And I think that's another thing that the longer that I've been doing this, the more kind of I don't want to say bored I'm getting, but like the same a lot. Like, what are we doing? Elijah Craig A121, B522. Like, it's just I get it. They're different. Some are better and some are worse. But at the end of the day, if I can pick up a new bottle that I've never had before versus picking up another Larceny barrel proof or Elijah Craig barrel proof or different batch of this or batch of that, it's more fun that way for me.
It is really fun. It definitely is. Now I have been very surprised this year by Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
That's what I'm hearing.
It's very good. It's very good.
And now I'll probably have to go and find them because I've heard great things about both of those this year. Or yeah,
This
the A121 or 23.
the C922 was so good to me. And then I got the A123. I was like, there's no way. Like, I was pleasantly surprised by the C922 because, like, it's kind of been like hit or miss for the last few years. Like C920, I think that's the one you sent me. You sent me a sample of C920, and that is like incredible. Very, very good. Then, like, you get through, like 22, 21, and then you go, now you're in 2023. Like C922, great. That was amazing. A123, just as good. Just as good.
Just as is good.
Just as is good.
Pennsylvania's terrible out here, though, because I don't think, and somebody from Pennsylvania, if you're in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're still on our releases in Pennsylvania. I think we're still on B522.
We are in Colorado.
It's
have only
ridiculous.
seen B522. It is absolutely absurd. I know that they finally got some of the Larceny C922s in Colorado. Like, I've seen a few pop up here and there, but that was not my jam. I did not like it. I'm not a huge weeded bourbon fan. And I tried that with an open mind because I'm like, I can't say that about everyone. Like, I can't just be like, I hate all weededs, because that's not true. You're always going to find something that you like, right? Or in a blind, it'll perform really well or whatever. But I tried a C922, the Larceny, what a lot of people really, really, really liked. And I was just like, just not. It's got that, I taste a weeded funk, right? Like, to me, I get a funk, and it's like a funk that I don't like. Like, when I think of funk, wild turkey funk, I like. When I think of like a weeded funk, I don't like. So
okay. Yeah, I didn't like weeders at first either, and I finally came around. Larceny, I think B520, it was either 520, maybe 521. B521, I think, was one of my favorites. And then, like you said, they differ a little bit here and there, so it kind of gets. I'd rather, like I said, try something new.
David said Larceny is B522, ECBP is C922. Last check.
Okay. So they finally got to the C922.
Dustin, C, A, and C batches, never see B yet. Crazy. Distribution is so stupid. That is another thing that gets me fired up more than anything.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. You have Ohio and Texas that'll find Weller like it's water, and then the rest of the country is just hunting for it. Yep.
No, Kansas you can find Weller in Kansas a lot, especially
Kansas as well. Yeah.
Kansas, yeah, like Green Label for sure. You'll get lucky with the other, like Antique 107 here and there. Weller 12 every once in a while, but like Green Label is on the shelf like everywhere in Kansas. Like, you can just walk in and get it like anywhere. Colorado, you can find Buffalo Trace everywhere. 25 bucks. Now, some stores will allocate it and they'll put it like 50, 60 bucks, which is, I'm not paying that, but
no. See, we're at least lucky enough that in Pennsylvania the price is 99% of the time MSRP, but then the availability doesn't make it any better. So I'd rather go somewhere and pay $5 extra for a Buffalo Trace than have to literally hunt for it here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And that's the part that is starting to suck about the whiskey world, is that as prices go up a little bit, then you're looking at gas prices are rising too. You're looking at the cost of driving around, looking everywhere. And then you have to start to decide, when are you going to be willing to like start to approach secondary market, just because the cost of you traveling around and searching everywhere for a bottle it would be the same as if you just bought it on secondary, or like even half of secondary. It's frustrating because it's like, we're doing this to ourselves.
Yeah, that's the thing. They have us. They know we're gonna buy it. So it's
we're gonna buy it and we love it and we want it, and it's like, it sucks, but it's just kind of how like supply and demand goes. It's classic economics.
I keep waiting for people to just be, off the bourbon train, maybe move on to some other type of whiskey so I can just enjoy it all,
What's the last bottle you shelled out dough for? Well, I would say dough, as in the last bottle we bought was a Jim Beam pre-prohibition rye at $25 this weekend. We bought it. I haven't opened it yet, but I keep seeing it on the shelf and I'm like, I want that. I just want it. I don't know what it tastes like, but gotta know.
I would probably say I go Booker's once a year. I go Booker's at the end of every year. I buy myself one Booker's just because I'll tell everybody in this, I don't think it's worth $90, but I still love it enough that I'll buy it once. So at $95, I'll go Booker's. And other than that, I try my best to pay MSRP. I'll go a little bit over, but I'm not in the secondary market yet. But like you said, it's getting to the point where if I have to drive an hour and a half for it, then what are we talking about here?
Right, because then you're talking about 50 to 60 bucks for a tank of gas and then like on top of the bottle. But I agree with you. We are the same way.
Yeah.
We haven't tapped into that, but I'm not going to I don't disrespect people who do that because honestly, it's like, it's your money and your time and whatever, people work hard for their money and like whatever you want to spend for something, you can spend it.
Yep. That's why I try and never tell people the value of a bottle. I'll tell people my opinion of it, but if you're a multimillionaire and you want this bottle, what am I going to tell you? That's not worth it.
Amen to that.
Worth it to you,
Amen to that. And that's exactly why in my rating system, people get so pissed off about this. This is the best thing to me, but people get so mad at me because I don't include price in my rating system. Like, I don't, because if I did, I'd be like, yeah, well, and there'll be times where I'm like, here's my score. But after the fact, I'll be like, would I pay that much money for it? Is it worth that much money? No. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. But is it a good pour? Yes. Here's what I paid for it, blah, blah, blah. But
yeah, I only ever say I give a ranking for price, but only on MSRP. I'm not going to tell you what it's worth. What I'm going to, what you think it's worth could be completely different than what I think. This is what I think it's worth at MSRP, and that's it. You can decipher from there.
Time is money.
Truth.
We need to make Dickel seem like gold.
Just make everybody believe it's the best.
Or make it Dickel 9 or 8. And then
9 or 8. Nobody will know. I hope Josh is on. Poor Josh.
I know.
I respect Josh. They went live last night and talked about it, and he did it very well. I think he's being a good sport about it. I would also, just like the Eagles loss, it all comes full circle. Maybe it wasn't. It sucked that it had to happen. It was the right call, but it just sucked that it had to happen that way.
Yep. No, you're a good sport too.
I mean, this shirt, it might stay in the closet for a couple of years, unless for some reason I become a big Chiefs fan.
I don't see that happening. So if you want to do something funny with it, I would not be offended. Like if you want to do a TikTok where you burn,
I might have to.
As long as you tag me in it, I feel like that would get a lot of views. Mm-hmm. It might go super viral then. TikTok is so dumb. I have a love-hate relationship with TikTok. I will go 3 months without posting on there just because I'm so busy with everything else, like wedding planning and work and YouTube and life and everything, that sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna post a TikTok. I made a short, so I'm gonna just post it to TikTok. Sometimes that's easier than just doing it. And the other day I finally did that because Matt tagged me in Matt Madness post or whatever. So I was like, oh, I got to repost this TikTok. I might as well post this other TikTok while I did it. And then it got 10,000 views. And I'm like, what the? It's so dumb.
And then you'll post another one right after that. That's clearly better than the one you just worked on. And it gets 500.
Or 100. Something so stupid.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
TikTok's algorithm is dumber than YouTube's. That's for sure.
It's one of those things where I don't bank on TikTok for I mean, you and I both understand the whole concept here is to build a community, find some people we're like-minded with, have fun, talk to some new people. That's the whole point. That I know it's the reason I started it. And I know that with you and your community, that's the reason you do it as well. TikTok isn't for that. TikTok is to post one video, hope a bunch of people see it, and then you could be like, look how many views I got on TikTok. But if you're building a community, it's a whole different world.
It's a whole different world. It's all about the views in TikTok. It's oh my God, yeah. And then as soon as you do that, then say you blow up and you get a million followers on TikTok. That literally has to be your full-time job. They're literally, their algorithm is set to wanting you to do 3 videos a day. At least 3 videos a day.
And 3 videos the same way you just did your first video. So the reason I think 32,000 people on TikTok right now, And the only reason that happened is because I did at one point a find the best old fashioned series. And I literally went on and I made an old fashioned and I was like, this is my score for this random person's old fashioned. And of course, everybody in the world has an old fashioned recipe. So they all comment there, try mine, it's better, it's better. I did that for like 2 weeks straight, which was awesome. I gained a bunch of followers, but then I was like, I'm tired of drinking old fashions. I'm done with these for a little while. So I stopped making old fashions. All the views they're just gone. You have to stay in that trend for however long until they're done with it.
I actually saw I saw yours on the Whiskey Tribe.
Yeah, the Whiskey Tribe reposted it. Yeah.
Like that's pretty cool, right?
Right. It was cool. I actually reached out to them. I was like, this is me. Can I come on your channel? They were like, we don't know who you are, kid. Relax. We just saw your TikTok. They didn't actually say that. They seemed like nice guys, but they didn't answer me.
Bubble bath. Did you say 3 videos a quarter? That's doable. That's totally me right now. Oh my gosh, I did this. So I think the best thing ever is if you go back and you look at my TikTok. My TikTok is basically like when I really first started WhiskeyTube, and I didn't know anything about whiskey at all. And it was my first time trying Blanton's. That was my first time trying bourbon, was on TikTok.
With Blanton's?
Yeah, and it got 95,000 views.
Done. That's it. You're famous now.
But then I was like, okay, fine. Then I'm going to try Booker's because I never tried Booker's. Country ham, by the way, but I didn't know anything about it. But it's the best, by the way.
It's a good batch.
So then I tried that on there. And I was like, my first time trying Booker's. And then that one got like 6,500. And then I tried to do like, oh, I tried these bourbon creams. Were they good? Nobody watched it.
Nobody cares. Nope.
Oh, it was funny. It was just like, it's just a weird thing. It's really weird. Hey, look who's here, Nancy Fraley. Nancy! Cheers to you, Nancy. Good to see ya. Your vacation looked amazing, by the way. I'm glad you got a vacation. I'm glad Nancy got a vacation. Jeez.
Nancy needed some time off.
Yeah.
I just started smelling the last one. The rye batch 10.
How do you feel about ryes?
I have to be in the mood for a rye. And then I don't buy them too often without knowing about them. So bourbon, I'll buy it. I don't care if I like the name or if it's Wild Turkey or if it's, like you said, Barton. There's certain names where like if I know somebody's behind it, I'm just buying it. I'll see how it is. But ryes are one of those things where I kind of wait to hear other people's opinions on it, and then I'll come back and try it out. So, but I still like ryes. Again, I just have to be in the mood.
I kind of am the same way. I like ryes. I think they're good. Some days, like it is a mood thing for me. It's totally a mood thing for me. I also just spilled this all over the table, so now I'm like playing in it like a child. That is ADD like to the court right there. But yeah, for me, I love ryes. I just have to be in the mood for it. And also like in the wintertime, it's especially good. Like if it's a cold, snowy day outside, like grabbing a Midwinter's Night Dram is great. So
yep.
Whoa. She said she was actually on a work trip working on a single malt in Israel that will be out later. Ooh. That
some
sounds
inside information right here.
That is awesome. We're glad you're here, though, Nancy. Nancy's freaking the best. I freaking love Nancy Fraley. She is amazing. Okay, this rice, crazy dilly.
It's definitely rye.
It's definitely rye. It's hardcore rye.
You can smell it on the front.
Oh, yeah. That's so dilly. Like, it's like a dilly, vanilla bean, spearmint, wheat filled, not wheat, but like a, what's that thing? Makes me think of, okay, this is a weird tasting note, but like if you grabbed a piece of straw and you like put it, when I was a kid, I thought it was cool if you grab a piece of straw out of your hat and you put it in your mouth. Cause like people just like old guys did that. They like chewed on a piece of straw. And that's what
we're from two different worlds. Cause I have no experience with that. No old men in my life have ever chewed on a piece of straw by me. And I'm not saying you're wrong. Don't get me wrong, but we're just from two different worlds because I've never experienced that. But I know what you're saying. You know, I've seen some movies. I've seen some things.
Just think if you're watching an old Western and they put a piece of straw in their mouth and, like, talking
Yeah.
to you. At least I didn't say suck
They
some
got like some
tobacco.
dip or something. Yeah, they got some dip in there, right? Spit into a bucket or something. I understand.
No, I totally grew up like that, and then I grew up, yeah, super small, small town. So that's where I, like, bring up a lot of my flavor profiles, and a lot of, like, my taste and nosing notes are from my childhood. It's just weird. Like,
It's crazy that experiences can affect or like at least bring you back to those experiences. And I didn't believe that when I first started drinking whiskey. I read a book or I'm reading a book. Actually, I'm terrible at reading and I hate reading, but I'm reading a whiskey book. And one of the things was like about tasting notes. And it says it's not always about what you're tasting, but what you're experiencing and how sometimes the tasting or the aroma or the flavor can bring you back to a moment. And I hear these crazy tasting notes, kind of like what you just said, but it makes sense where like it might not be exactly what you're tasting, but it takes you back to that moment where you're just like, this is what it feels like.
right, where you can connect. It's all
Mhm.
about the connection. Definitely.
Exactly.
Like honeysuckle. So when I was a child, also, this is another thing that I did on the playground. There were these, we called them honeysuckles. I don't know if they actually were, but they were the little purple flowers where if you pulled it off and you pulled off a
It was
piece, it
sweet.
kind of like, yeah, it was sweet, kind of tastes like honey. And I get that tasting note a lot. It's really weird, but it's a weird one. Dilly dilly. Milk and
Dilly
honey.
dilly.
I mean, we need some Bud Light here. We need to do a Bud Light stream. That would be great.
That's the next one.
Bud Light, Mick Ultra.
Compare them all. I'll send you blind samples. You'll never know which one's which.
Or just go to the store and get them.
Right.
We could do a blind. That would be a fun blind. Like, which it can be completely off the wall. We can like pair it with a good whiskey afterwards. But we could do a crazy. What is the best non-craft beer? Domestic. Wait. Yeah, domestic beer.
Domestic light beer. Yeah.
Domestic light beer. Sorry, since I'm just now coming on, but what rye do you have? Love the dill. The rye that we are drinking is the Old Carter Rye Batch 10. That's what we're drinking. Old Carter Rye Batch 10. Yeah, it's super dilly on the nose, but not as much on the palate.
I agree.
Like
Not
the
as much
palate is
spice as
just,
I was expecting, though. I mean, I don't know what the rye content is on this. If it's like 75 or 51 or
I don't know that.
the nose makes me want to say it's like a very higher rye, but then the palate makes me want to say it's a lower rye. So I have no idea.
Let's just go ahead and assume that based on the distillation that this is a 95.5 because this is
See that?
Indiana.
Okay, that's true.
Totally fits with what I taste. I mean, it totally fits with what I taste, but that is like super like I get a little bit of dill up front, like on the palate, but like it is a super hardcore rush of like spice right off the front, and then kind of mellows out through the end to where it's like a lot
Right.
creamier. Like it's a lot.
Yes. Creamy is a great word for this. A good mouthfeel, very full bodied and
Yeah,
everything. And then all of
definitely.
these had a very good oak presence. So I'm assuming none of them are age stated, but
I would
it definitely doesn't taste younger.
no, and I would like to wager to guess that these are probably in that 6 to 12-ish range of blends. Just a venture to guess there.
That makes sense.
Toshi! How you doing, Toshi Bake? You guys, I actually got to see Toshi. Well, if you guys watched Independent Joe stream the other night, Toshi Bake was on there. Never seen Toshi before ever. Saw Toshi Bake on Independent Joe stream. After Matt Madness. That was up past my bedtime. Definitely past my bedtime. Past my drinking time. So, like, I'm sitting on the couch, like, couch pours. We have those, like, couch pours. You're watching streams, and you're like, you just keep drinking, and you like realize you've probably drank a little more than you should have, and
I've been there. I've been there. Sometimes you just want to, you want to keep up with the fun and everybody's drinking. So you pour one up. Then you realize
right.
you're just by yourself on the couch and you're like, nobody's drinking with me. It's just me. It's just me.
I need $100 to $150 bottle of bourbon to take a tasting group. What would you recommend? You don't even need $100 to $150 bottle.
That's the thing about this question is people ask me. I said I'll get you 3 bottles you can take for $150, and you'll have
And
more
they'll
fun
think,
with those 3 bottles.
you know what I think would be the funnest experiment is if you poured like I don't know, you could pour like anything. Let's go with Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Let's pour a Wild Turkey Rare Breed into a different bottle with a different label. Let's say it costs $125 and take it to the party. People will be like, that shit is so good. They'll say they love it. And they'll be like, so what is this? Well, that's when the truth comes in. And you're like, okay,
Funny
well,
thing is, yeah, Wild Turkey Rare Breed. I completely agree with you. People ask all the time, like
anything
for
like that.
expensive bottles of bourbon, and it's like, first of all, bourbon in general, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that expensive. I know there's some bottles out there that people get rid, but if you look at like the Scotch world, if you look at some
Mm,
of these other whiskeys, like it gets expensive. So
Scotch is
bourbon
so
in
much.
general is kind of cheap, but $150, like I can't even think of a bottle that I would recommend to you. I don't. I own one bottle that's $200, and it's Elijah Craig 18 year, and I wouldn't recommend that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't know
You know,
for.
Knob Creek, go buy a Knob Creek single barrel. Put it in a
Hey,
different
hey,
bottle.
hey, hey, hey! That's how I lost Matt Madness. They were all Knob Creek single barrel. I
I
didn't know if that's
oh,
what
I
you were
know.
making fun of me for.
No. I'm not making fun of you. I just literally
No,
love Knob.
I agree. And that's why I'm so mad at myself that I didn't figure out that all 3 were Knob Creek single barrel, especially after smelling both of them next to each other. So
It's no, that would have happened to every My dog has been here and she's like, come here. Come on. You want up? Treat? Here. Come on.
we knew it was dog food. See, they knew.
Come on. Come here. Come here. You want a treat? You have to come up here and get it. Come on. She's like so confused right now. She's like,
She
you're
does not
trying to
want to
give
come
me
up
food.
there.
I'm not supposed to have food. Come on, up. Oh, say hello, everybody.
What's her name?
She's smelly. She stayed outside too long today.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's just super melty snow, and then it warms up a little bit, and then it like gets cold again, and then it warms up. It's just so. And then she'll
Muddy
She
and
likes to
slushy.
sunbathe. Oh yeah, so then she gets a little wet, and then the sun, and then she comes in. And I'm like, oh my god, you smell terrible. She's like, I've got the best ears though. How can you be mean to me? Yeah, back like I don't know. There's so many good like even Elijah Craig barrel proofs.
They're
Under
not
100 bucks.
150, you know? Yeah, they're under $100.
Nancy, her name is Jade. Get 2 or 3 store picks at $50 each. Totally agree.
Exactly.
I would love to do an experiment where I like took to whiskey events, even whiskey events where people know whiskey, and I put something in a different bottle than what it actually is, and just be like, so what do you think of this? This is something new or whatever. And then
This
be
is
like,
the
okay, I actually
2022 George T. Stag, and it's, you know, it's
it's just all about like perception and like what we think we know about something. Cause like, right, when you're drinking an expensive whiskey, you're automatically going to get in your head that this is going to be a good whiskey or it's worth the money that I spent on it. And then you try and you're like, no, I don't think so. Or
right.
I mean, it's just, yeah, it's just namesake, right? Branding, everything. Like you get a certain perception. So,
Couldn't agree more.
oh, Lucky 7 proprietor. That's
Damn good.
fudging good.
It's very good stuff. I don't think that's even
Okay.
$150 though, right?
See, they are. They're like expensive. They're like 150, like maybe
Okay.
150, 200, maybe 180, depending on what market, but like
Dang.
probably 150 to 200.
Right.
Like the 15 year, so good. The 14 year, so good. All right, so I am going to go ahead because we're at an hour now. I'm going to go ahead and do the patron drawing thingy. Sorry. You guys, so because of this bet, one of my patrons won a bottle from Chris. I'm sorry, Chris.
The shirt, the
$50
bottle,
from Chris.
it's tough. It's tough out here.
Yep. Dang it. I feel bad. But
No, it's okay.
we're going to draw a bottle for one of the patrons. I just put it in a randomizer, so I'm going to pop this up here. Let's see here. Says, thanks for the advice, guys. You're welcome. Happy to give the advice of don't spend a lot of money on a bottle when you don't have to. Okay, so I'm going to share this screen. Wait, let's see what it looks like. All right, I put every patron in there. And now I'm going to randomize it. Shuffle once, shuffle twice, shuffle 3 times, shuffle 10 million times. I just like to shuffle a lot. Okay, here we go. Let's spin it. See who won or wins. Oh, that was so close.
That was too close.
Like, that was on the line.
Somebody wants a respin. I don't even know who the name was, but somebody wants a respin.
That was so crazy because that was literally like right on the line. Like, oh my Lord, that was on the line. Congratulations, Clicker69. We'll get to you. We'll get back to you. But congratulations. Thanks for being a patron. If you guys, again, go be a patron of Chris at Bourbon of the Week. Go subscribe, go like, go comment. Let's remove this from the screen. Okay, there we go. Now we're back. It's amazing how you can make a $25 whiskey taste like $100 just by aging it a little bit more in a mini barrel. I've never tried that.
The mini barrel experience is weird because you know it's done in a mini barrel. Like you can sense it, but at the same time, you're also like, it's still good. It's still pretty good.
Jeff says, I got robbed. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Jeff, that's the name I was looking for. Jeff did get robbed. It's like the Eagles in the fourth quarter, you know? Sometimes you don't get the call.
I'm so sorry, Jeff. It was so close. Like, I'm looking back at it now. It was like right on the line. It was like, is he going to stop there? Or is he going to keep going? I have no control over that. John, I missed by 2 people. What size of mini barrel and what from what cooperage?
I'm trying to think the mini barrel. What did I just have that came out of a mini barrel? It's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's called McLaughlin Distillery, and I think they do. I want to say it's 30, which not even. No, it's smaller than that. It might be even like 18 gallon barrels. And then there's even places that I've heard that do like 5 gallon barrels, but obviously that gets expensive because it can only age so much whiskey. So
yeah. Big fan of Lucky 7. Picked up Proprietors 15, the Jokester, the Frenchman, and the Holiday Toast. Nice. I have the Proprietor, the 15-year, the 14-year. I've tried the Holiday Toast, and I liked it. I tried it at Bardstown when I was there. I was like, I'm just going to try this. It was a good price for a pour. It was very affordable. So I liked that. I haven't tried the Jokester or the Frenchman.
those are Barton as well. So those,
Yep,
I mean,
Barton.
real good stuff. Yeah.
That older Barton is just so freaking good.
They know what they're doing, and I don't know if it's I don't know how it works behind the scenes with like how much money Barton makes off of it versus whoever's selling it makes off of it. I'm sure they're both happy with the transaction, but Barton puts out some great products that not everybody knows comes from Barton.
2 liters is what I age on my whiskeys in from 7 to 15 days, depending how old the barrel is. I did 2 barrel picks this year. They were Asian 6-gallon barrels. Interesting. Super interesting. 13th colony Asian mini barrels. I've never had it.
I had the double
Not
oak,
one
and I
week.
have another one on my way, but I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know if they age in mini barrels or not.
All right. I should probably wrap this up, let you get back to your life and your family. And I should probably eat a little more food.
Probably a good idea.
Are you guys Whiskey Weekend Batch 5? I am not. I'm going to the Pours in the Park Bourbon Junkies meetup in August. Problem with small barrels is that the quality of the oak is usually isn't as good, and the extraction rate exceeds the oxidation rate. Long story, but there's a lot to it. That makes sense, though.
You would know. I
The
mean,
double oak
yeah.
motor oil. I would love to taste any 13th colony. Yeah. All right, guys. Cheers, Todd. Thanks everybody for being here. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, but we got to get some sleep. It's getting late. It's past the kids' bedtime. Or Jade's
It's
bedtime.
true.
She's like, give me some more pretzels. She's had more than me, so. All right. Well, everybody go subscribe to Bourbon of the Week. Chris is awesome. You guys be sure to subscribe to him. Give him some love for having to wear that Chief shirt all night. That is a difficult thing to do. So thanks everybody so much. I will see you guys next Monday night for some Madness training and more videos out this week. If you want to go ahead and tell them some stuff about your channel, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, like you said, Bourbon of the Week on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of it. We try and do everything. We have a Discord page. If you guys want to come chat 24/7, come check us out on Discord. That's usually a link somewhere in one of my videos. But otherwise, I appreciate you having me on tonight. And this was very, very generous of you. Like you said, Old Carter isn't cheap. And for you to send me something for my first time drinking it was absolutely awesome by you. So I appreciate that. I mean, you made me wear the shirt. So at least you gave me some good whiskey along with it. So thank you for that.
I hope you liked the whiskey and I hope you enjoyed it. I had to do something nice after being so mean because that is hardcore, right? Like, I would not want to do that. So. Thank you so much for being on. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Everybody have a great night. We will be back next Monday. See you guys then.